いもらった時間が2年間。
So we actually had 2 years to make the Shin Godzilla.
ところがその2年というのもですね、我々はすでにその前にものすごく大変な映画を作っていました。
They gave us 2 years, but we were already in the middle of making the Titan movie, Attack of Titan.
で、とりあえず今表で並べてみました。
And we put this list together.
2014年、この頃ゴジラを作ろうという話になって、それはストーリーのデベロップメントから始まりました。
Actually, 2014 is when they said we should make another Godzilla movie. No one knows about this, but they know about it too.
これは具体的に何をするかというと、脚本を書く作業なので、それは安野がずっと取材をして脚本を書いていました。
And so all that they knew was going on was that Anno was going to write the script for it.
その間に我々は「アタックのタイタン」という映画を作って、
And while he was writing the script, we were working on the Titan movie.
で、それでどんどん準備が始まって、撮影が、2010年の10月に完成、撮影が終わりました。
They finished the filming of the movie in October of 2014, the Titan movie.
でその頃にゴジラの脚本が最初の脚本が上がって「進撃の巨人」アタック・オン・タイタンの合成とか CG の作業をしながら我々はゴジラの準備
And while they were still doing the CGI and all the other special effects for Titans, they started working on the Godzilla movie.
そして2015年の6月に「アタック・オン・タイタン」が完成します。
And so it was done in June of 2015, the Titan movie.
でもその次の年には次の月8月には今度はゴジラの撮影が始まる。
And then a month later, after they just finished doing Titans, a month later, Godzilla began.
全く本当なんだろう一つの映画を完成させながらもう一本の映画を
So you're making one movie at the same time, doing all the special effects, and then you have to start on the next movie. So it's actually not 2 years that they have to make the movie, if you understand.
このような時間でやっていました。でどうやって怪獣を作っていくか。
So what monster are we going to make?
まず我々の作業としてはまず怪獣どういうデザインにするか。ゴジラをどういうデザイン。
And of course, they didn't know what they had the script, but they didn't know what kind of Godzilla they were going to make.
前田真宏と私なんかは本当30年ぐらい一緒に仕事をしている。
I've known Mr. Miter about 30 years. We've worked together in the past, and so he was asked to do this job.
何をやったかというと、ガメラだったりウルトラマンだったりパワードのデザインを一緒にずっとやって。
They were looking at the different designs they've had up to now, like Gamma and these other ones, and seeing what they could do different or better.
昔のデザインの良さを生かしながら新しくモディファイして。
They wanted to use the good from the past and try to find something new as well.
そして総監督の安野のアイデアも含めて新しいデザインに始まりました。
And so this was the new type of design that they were coming up with.
ところが東宝という会社もなかなかうるさい会社でして。
And Toho is not just a crazy company; it's a very noisy company too.
つまり今度のゴジラというのは一つの形にとどまることなくどんどん成長し進化し続けるタイプです。
They wanted to do a movie. The directors wanted to do a movie where he transforms. Godzilla continues to transform during the movie, and it was rejected. Rejected again, and rejected again.
で、分かりました。ゴジラにします。それはいいでしょうと。だから我々が本当最初に考えてたのは最初のゴジラからどんどんそのまま進化していくということを考えて。
The first idea was to take the original Godzilla and transform him into something new.
そうするとゴジラの形が変わっていくように見えるので、東宝はものすごいそれに対して拒絶したんです。
And so they were not happy that they were going to try to change the original figure into something else. So they didn't like that idea. Toho didn't like it.
じゃあ逆にすればいいだろうということで、
So why don't we do the opposite direction?
最終的な進化の形をゴジラの形にして、その前を作ればいい。
And so we want to do it backwards. In other words, you start with something. The end figure is Godzilla that everybody knows, but the beginning is not.
それでこういうことになる。
And so if these little things here, you can see the different transformations of it.
これだったら東宝もなんとか納得してもらう。
And Toho said, "Well, if you're going to do it that way, then we'll give you the okay to do it."
首が5つのゴジラがいいと。 首が5つ生えてるゴジラ。
Even with 5 necks would be interesting too.
そしてじゃあその最終的な形のゴジラどういうものにするかっていうことに、やっぱり一番最初のゴジラが一番素晴らしいということで、昔のゴジラを本当にどこまで今の我々が知っているそのいろんな生き物の解釈だったり、そういったものを盛り込んだ形でゴジラのシルエットに落とし込むかと。
Of course, the original Godzilla is the best, and it will always be the best. And we tried to take something from that, and we thought about different animals, different things, alive things as well, and the good points about them, the strong points about them. We try to mix them into something new.
このような形、これでやっと OK が出ました。
This is finally what Toho said OK to, is this concept.
厳密に言うと OK が出たわけではなくて、やはり立体にしないとわからないよねというふうに偉い人に言われました。
Even though they said OK, it doesn't mean that they would like the finished product. And so they liked it because they needed something, at least something to start with. So they had a shape, and that was the shape they started with.
そして立体物としてそのデザインをそこから先は進めていくということ。
And so from there they had to design the whole thing.
日本のそういうフィギュアとかの彫刻をやってる竹谷隆之さんという人。
And Mr. Takaya, who's done all these many things, he was asked to do the job.
我々とはずっと一緒にこの数年間、我々が作りたいクリーチャーをすべて彼にデザインを。
He's done all the creatures. He's created all the creatures that they've wanted to do for the last number of years.
巨神兵という短い映画だったり。
These are small movies, Kyoshin-hen. Yeah. And of course the Titan movie as well, and many things that they've been doing the last number of years. He has helped design all those things.
その彼は今まであまりゴジラというのをやったことなかったんですけど、一つだけやったことが作ったことがある。それがこのゴジラの骨の模型。
And so up until the designer had done a lot of different creatures, but he hadn't done anything like Godzilla except for this skeleton type thing. This was as close as he's ever done with the Godzilla.
じゃあこれに肉をつけてくださいというところから始まりました。
And so, because he'd done something with the bones like this before, he said, "Okay, let's start with this figure because you're used to doing this. We'll start from there."
そしてまずデザインの作業が始まります。
And that's where it began.
日本語で申し訳ないんですが、彼が作ってきたものに対して我々がこのパーツをもう少しああしてくれ、こうしてくれというのを。
It's all written in Japanese, but it's just saying dekoboku and things like that means to add a little bit here, add a little bump here, take something out here, and so it's basically they're asking the designer what they want, what they don't want, what they like so far, what they don't like so far.
全身をいきなり作るのも彼も時間がかかるというので、体の半分だけ使ってそこを鏡に貼り付けてそれで。
And the designer said it would take an awful long time to make a full figure of it, so they made a half figure, and then they used a mirror to make so they can see an actual full figure. And so you can see that even though they made half of it, you can see it as a full figure.
そしてそこからも細かい部品をいろいろこう調整しながら。And
after they got the half of it done, and so they could see the full figure because the mirror was there, that's where they began going into the details.
この段階でどうやって撮影するか、何を使ってやるか大体決めていまして、やはり CG でやるのが一番いいんじゃないか。
From at the time as they're designing the new Godzilla, Shin Godzilla, they had already decided how they were going to do it, and it was mostly going to be CGI.
そうして CG でなきゃ絶対できないことをやりたくて、すごい私の中でやりたくて、それは何かというと尻尾だった。尻尾の尻の
From his personal experience in the past, when they didn't like what he was doing with the tail, in CGI he could pretty much do anything he wanted with the tail. So he was looking forward to do that.
昔は本当尻尾をワイヤーでやらなければいけなかった。そうすると尻尾の長さが大体決まってしまう。
And because in the old days you had to use wires, piano wires, to move them around, the length of the tail was always pretty much the same in every movie because they had a certain limit they could only use with piano wires.
ものすごく長い尻尾にしたから。
So he says, I wanted to make a really long tail.
なるべくその別の生き物のように。
And almost like the tail took on a life of its own.
というところからアイデアがどんどん膨らんでいって最終的に光線を出すことになるんです。
And so many ideas came from that after they made the design, and then what they wanted to do, now they're going to use CGI. So a lot of the different Indians came up and they had a longer tail and everything else, and this is what it ended up turning out to be.
そして、
It's supposed to move. Oh, there we go. Nice. Oh, there you go.
そしてその今の作った粘土で作ったものを、一度 3D スキャンでスキャンしました。
So they made it out of clay the first time like this, and then they took a 3D scanner and they scanned it with 3D.
でここでどんどんディテールを細かくしていって、最終的なゴジラのモデルを。
And then from there they then went into smaller and smaller details and just kept building on top of that.
このような形になると、大体これはもしかしたら本物全部これでいけちゃうんじゃないかなというふうになって。
And then when it got to this point, it's almost like this thing really might be alive somewhere in the world. Well, it looks like it is taking a life of its own.
そしてその後今度何をするかというと、CG にしたところで結局それはどうやって動かすかということが最大の問題になるんです。
They decided to do it in CG, but then from then is decided how do we want to move the tail.
でいろんな方法があると思うんですが、その中でやっぱり我々と最近のアメリカの CG なんかもこの間のゴジラなんかとかそうだったんですけど、やはり誰かがモーションキャプチャーをしてやっぱお芝居というの人間のちゃんとやってるパフォーマンスでも大事にした。
There's a lot of different ways you could probably do that, move the tail and things like that. A lot of motion capture and things like that with the 2014 as well and other things. And they wanted to make sure that that was not sacrificed in any way.
でそういうことを考えていくと、じゃあ誰に動いてもらおうかと思った時に日本でやっぱりそういうのが一番人間じゃなくてある意味神様だったり獣だったりそういったものに近い存在の動きをできる人誰だろう。
And they were trying to figure out who would be the best to have the natural movement, who could do the natural movements of the tail. It has to be something that's not basically human, more like a god or something creaturistic, something like that.
ですみません、これ間違えた。萬歳になってる。野村萬歳さん。
His name is Murasa Mansai, but it says Mansai Mansai, so forget one of the Mansais.
野村萬歳さんという狂言といって日本のステージパフォーマンスで本当1000年以上の歴史を持っている、例えばそれは昔は神様に見せるステージだったり。
He's very famous in Japan for doing the different stage performances, and so he would enact gods, deities, and things like that from ancient history and things like that. すごい限られた状況の中で肉体を使って表現しなきゃいけないパフォーマンスなんです。 These performances are done in a very small area, but so you have to learn how to use your body, language, I guess is the right word, as much as possible in this limited area.
歌を歌いながら自分の肉体を表現することで物語を語っていくというやり方で、ある意味その体の動かし、しかもその物語のほとんどが山の中でビーストと出会うという話が非常に多かった。
And so there are a lot of things like you could sing a song and do things and other types of things, musicals and stuff like that. This is just all body language, and so the limited amount of space, and the more you can do, the better you are at it, the better people understand it.
そういう伝統芸能のスタイルから新しいゴジラの歩き方とかでスタイル
And from this style of no play, they were able to create the new style of walking from the Godzilla.
そうすることでゴジラが単なるそのコンピューターで作った優れた生き物ではなくてもっとその違った魂を吹き込むことができるという。
And so instead of just say something that they created from CGI or something like that, there's actually a soul, a spirit inside it coming to life.
で彼からのオーダーが一つだけあって、私と同い年だったんですけど、彼は小学校の時にあだ名がレッドキングだった。
The performer there is the same age as I am, and when he was a child, he had a nickname of Red King.
非常に撫で方わかります。肩がない体型だったのでレッドキングと呼ばれて。
He was called Red King because he has no shoulders.
で、オーダーする時に一つ彼からお願いがあって、お面を作ってほしい。ね、マスクだね。
And so he would do the performance or anything else, but there's only one thing he wanted. He wanted to have a mask that he could put on.
一つや3つあった。あと尻尾が
He
欲しい。
said three things. So he wanted a mask for his face. He wanted a tail,
そして、あと背びれです。
and he
なる
wanted
べくその
the
形
spikes
に
in
な
the
るから。
back. Yeah.
そして、モーションキャプチャーのスタジオに入ってもうすでに 3D スキャンしてあるデータを彼の
They already had the 3D scan of what they wanted Godzilla to look like and do, and so he would look at that, and then he would actually become Godzilla and do all the different movements.
それをこのようにして、
And this is how they put the whole thing together. And
それを、まあ、細かい調整はあるんですけど、それを全て 3DCG に取り込んで最終的にこれじゃ
and
ない
then throw it all in together, the 3D, and put this all together. This is some of what it turned out to be like.
ただこの頃はまだどうなるかわからない。そのやはりロングショットは CG でもできたんですけど、クローズアップとかどうやって撮影すればいいのかというので。
When you're taking a lot of faraway shots, CGI is really easy to use, but the closer-up shots,